In today's fight news, we start off with top 5 light heavyweight contender Magomed Ankalaev calling out the champ Alex Pereira. Ankalaev gave Pereira somewhat of a backhanded compliment on his X account by wishing him congratulations on his recent win at UFC 300, then turning around and saying that he'll knock him out in the first round and that he doesn't have a chin. Former BMF champion Justin Gaethje finally breaks his silence after his vicious knockout defeat at the hands of Max Holloway at UFC 300. While speaking to UFC Knockout, the former BMF stated, "It was certainly a war, but I'm not done. Even if I wanted to change how I fight, it's really not possible. And so the next time I step in there, the best live show on earth." Speaking of Holloway, the newly crowned BMF was asked by ESPN if he ranks his knockout win over Justin Gaethje at UFC 300 among the top moments of his career. In response, he said it ranks second only to his win over then-champion Jose Aldo in Rio de Janeiro. While speaking to Kanpai Media, former featherweight title challenger Brian Ortega spoke on a possible matchup against current champion Ilia Topuria, in which he stated, "Let's get a fight in Spain, man. I'm not against it, and let's go. If I could snap my fingers and get the contract, and Ilia says yes, and Volkanovski doesn't take that fight, if he says no to them trying to rush him to fight, the UFC's got a man right here, and I'm sharp and I'm ready." Former bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling recently took to his X account to reflect on his recent win at featherweight against Calvin Kattar at UFC 300. The former champion says his matchup with Kattar was quite scary because Kattar did so well against a former sparring partner, Zabit, who had knocked him out years ago. The former bantamweight champion was recently on an episode of the MMA Hour in which he spoke on a potential matchup with featherweight standout Movsar Evloev. In response, Evloev spoke on his X account stating, "Brave for you to talk about me. I like it. Call UFC and fight me. I'm ready." In other fight news, UFC President Dana White recently dropped a video on the UFC page calling out all the critics that were so harsh on the UFC 300 card leading up to the event. The video can be seen below, showing all the records that were broken by the monumental 300 card. It looks like Bo Nickal might be having a quick turnaround after his win at UFC 300, as Jacob Malkoun is claiming that Nickal has signed to fight him at UFC 302 on June 1st. Contrary to this claim, MMA reporter Alex Buhinin says he reached out to Nickal's management, and they're saying that no fight has been signed nor discussed. Former middleweight challenger Paulo Costa recently posted on his X account that he rewatched his matchup with former champion Robert Whittaker, and he can now see why they scored the fight in favor of Whittaker, even though he was the one inflicting way more damage to the former champion. He stated that he sees where he went wrong, and moving forward, he promises a lot more output in his next fights. And with one of the biggest upsets in recent boxing history, King Ryan Garcia defeated Devin the Dream Haney by majority decision, knocking down the champion 3 times during the matchup. However, Haney will retain his titles since Garcia did not make weight for the event. Former BMF champion Jorge Masvidal stated that this was the greatest troll job ever by Garcia, speaking on his antics leading up to the massive event. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, like and subscribe.